In this video, I discuss about Shannon's Biodiversity Index or Shannon-Wiener Index to measure the diversity of species in a community by using this following formula. H test is equal to summation of small pi into ln small pi, where pi is the proportion of individuals found in species I. So pi is equal to small ni by capital N, where ni is the number of individual in species I and capital N is the total number of individuals in the community. I is species 1, species 2, species 3, likewise. ln is the natural log, that is 2 to the base e, and this is epsilon sign, which means summation. So the product of pi into ln pi and its summation would be negative. So make it positive, we have to multiply it with the negative sign. Generally, the value of this index found between 1.5 and 3.5 in most ecological studies, and the index is rarely greater than 4. The index increases as the richness and evenness of the community increase. If the value of H dash is equal to 0, which indicates that the community has only one species. I will discuss it on later course. So, for an example, suppose a biologist want to measure the diversity of species in a mangrove forest, and accordingly the name of the species and their frequency are recorded and the collected data is given here. You can see that the 5 mangrove species and the frequency is 15, 8, 22, 20 and 40 respectively, and the total number of individuals, that is capital N, is 105. Now we have to identify the Shannon's Biodiversity Index. So we use this formula and the data is here. So small ni is here and the capital N is this. So first we have to identify the proportion, that is ni divided by n. So we have to divide this figure with 105 and the result would be this. Now this portion is ready. So we have to identify the ln pi. So ln of this value we have to calculate, and then the multiply of this. So it is done, and I have to get the sum of these all 5 values. So this portion will be ready. So it is minus 1.49. So this is a negative value, so I multiply with the negative value to make it positive, and the Shannon's Biodiversity Index is 1.49. So you remember this number. Further, we can identify that the total number of species is 5, that is species richness, is the average population size. The 5 species is found in 105 total species. So population size will be n by k, so it is 21, and the Shannon's Equitability Index or evenness is equal to Shannon Index divided by ln k, that is ln 5, which is 1.6. So this value is 0.923. So it is according to the range, this is a high number of diversity is there. So E dash value range from 0 to 1, 0 representing maximum unevenness and 1 represent perfect evenness. So this number is near to 1. So range of the value of Shannon Biodiversity Index is from 0 to lnk. That means there is no uh, upper limit, but the lower limit is 0 because ln1 is equals to 0. So if there is only one species, then ln1 would be 0. But there is no upper limit. If there is 100 different species in a habitat, that the maximum possible value would be ln 100, that is 4.605. If it is 1000, then it is 6.9. It is 50, then 3.91 accordingly. So in our case, in the last example, it was ln was 5, so it is 1.6 would be the maximum number, and this number is only possible or if all species have the same number of individuals, then only we reach the maximum value of this range. So generally, we have already discussed that the value is between 1.5 to between 1.5 and 3.5, and in most of the ecological studies. So you can see that you can visit this site for a ready-made result of this Shannon's Biodiversity Index. However, there is several other species also. So I put the same frequency of 5 species in this calculator, so that you can compare with results of what you calculated and what this calculator shows, and the population 5 is 40. So you can see that the Shannon Diversity Index, evenness, number of species, the total number of individuals, and average population size is already directly given. So you can read this reference. Thank you for watching this video.